an outsider. And I'm like, where's Britt Baker? Where's the DMD?
Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
Oh my goodness, this was an insane Dynamite. I mean, insane. And welcome, people. I am KMB the Sexy Ninja. This is the New World Podcast, brother, for a Paper Saber universe. And we're talking about Dynamite. September 4th, 2024. Tony Excalibur Taz on commentary. We started off with Daniel Garcia cutting a promo. Then MJF is in the crowd. And Daniel's just, I mean, they're just taking jabs at each other, you know, and getting personal with each other. So you know this is going to be crazy because All Out is this Saturday. I thought it was Sunday for some reason. My days are all loopy. But like I said, very passionate, very personal between these two. Daniel's like, I don't want to wait until All Out. I want to drop you on your head and break your neck. I want you to understand that when you have a family and you have a kid, that you're going to be holding your neck and, you know, and your kid's going to be like, Daddy, you were a pro wrestler, right? And all this stuff, like getting personal on many levels. MJF, though, not holding back. He called him a skinhead meth Nazi. I don't know. He like there were some really good jabs between the two. And he goes after Daniel's mama. Daniel Garcia, that was the breaking point for Daniel Garcia. So he goes up to the stands. He beats up all the security guards. But MJF breaks that bottle over his head. Great imagery of him holding Daniel Garcia with the blood on his head. And he's like, hey, what can I say, kid? You got a lot to learn. And that was a really good way to start off Dynamite. And we go with Renee with the conglomeration Willow and Will. Conglomeration Willow and Will. That's a mouthful there. But they got a big match. Tonight, Willow doesn't. Willow has a big match on Saturday, a Chicago street fight, that is. But Will is an honorary conglomeration member. So, we go into the first match of the night, the AEW Continental Championship, Okada versus Kyle Fletcher, and this was awesome. Oh my goodness, this was such a good match, man. Okada, the Rainmaker, laying down upon Kyle Fletcher, and it was no one held back. It was these two, and this took a good chunk of the show, almost down to the final minutes of the time in this match, because before Okada got the win, it was like a minute or whatever before the time ran out. But these two tore it down. Of course, you have Don Callis on commentary. Another loss for Kyle. What will Kyle do? Okada, though, did kick him in the balls to get the win and to retain that championship. So, as Okada won, Takeshita comes out and Okada runs off. And then we get this nice little package, a swerve. This was my first house I ever bought. You know, well, this is the first house I ever lived in, you know, myself as a kid, my childhood home. And, you know, after I signed an extended contract with AEW, I was able to afford to purchase this place. This is my home. Sweet package, right? Sweet story, right? Well, it's going to go up in flames. And we'll talk about that in the end. We got Robin Renegade versus Jamie Hayter. Jamie Hayter for the win. This match was okay. Saraya and Harley are watching on. Jamie Hayter is moving herself back up the ranks. Okay, she wants to get back to being a champion. And then we get Christopher and Renee with Roderick Strong. He's like, hey, man, look, my foot. And Hook's like, hey, man, I saw the footage, man, bro, you want to know, in his hat, so you want to go, bro, you know, me and you, bro, we can do this again. And Roderick's like, I ain't going to do this in this town, man, not with you, so back off, bro, back off. Then we got Mox and Shafir beating everyone up. Then they confront the Bucks and Jack Perry, and he looks at Jack Perry, he's like, you're a nice kid, or a good kid, or a sexy kid. I don't know, he called him something kid, but it was a compliment. You're not a bad kid, or I don't know. But Mox comes out, cuts a cryptic promo. Shafir's there in the corner and whatnot. And calling out Darby And even the commentators are like, oh, I don't even know what's going on. His new music sucks too. Like, I'm not gonna lie, his new music does suck. And as much as I wasn't a big fan of the wow dang, that had more of a pop than this new music of his. But I understand he's going in a different direction with his character. And what's gonna happen is the Shane McMahon thing gonna be a thing and whatnot. And speaking of McMahon's, that documentary's coming out. I don't know if I can bring myself to watch that documentary. You know, I understand that I review things, all things wrestling and other things as well. But man, that it's just going to be hard watching that kind of thing, you know. And then you got stuff this week like Hogan brothers saying really stupid things like, well, if everyone can forgive Chris Benoit, they can forgive me for saying the N-word and all this other stuff, right? And I'm like, shut up, Hogan. Oh my goodness. Then we got Renee with Jericho. I don't know. I skipped right over this. I'm done with Jericho. I don't want anything. I guess he got I think I skipped over this whole thing last week or the week before, like he got oil on him or something. I don't know. I don't even know what it said. I bet you $1 though that poor Bad Apple was like, the disrespect. So betting that happened. Then we go into our AEW Women's World Championship, Mariah May versus Nyla Rose, the first defense. In this title reign, Mariah May gets the win. You know? Yeah. So, this is an okay match. But we get a Purrazzo package. She's resetting the goals, resetting herself and story. And I was like, please, God, don't mention Thunder Rosa. I was like, please. I want to be done with it. I want to be done with that whole thing. And we got to move on. Mercedes Moné and comes out, cuts a promo. CEO. And that music is so good that I keep looking at the crowd and being like, who's actually chanting CEO? And it looks like nobody. So then Sheeta's on the screen with her Velcro shirt, and she rips it. She goes, I'm the ace. And guess what? Here's Christopher. Christopher Daniels is like, hey, Camille, you're a great competitor. I'm like, is she? Feed her jobbers, I guess she is. So he's like, you're banned from ringside. And Moné's like, no. I was like, I don't know. I'm looking at the card for All Out right now, which we'll do the picks and predictions after this. I'm just like, there's gonna be some dope matches. Don't get me wrong. There's gonna be some dope matches, but then we get the Elite. Jack Perry's leaning on that steel cage door, on the fence or whatnot, backstage, and he's mad. This is Bryan Danielson at the all in or all out, either or. All out, that's what it was. You stepped foot in this company. Then, when I was fired and at home, now I'm going to end your career. We're going to do anything and everything to get the championship. I don't know if that's exactly word for word, but that's how it felt. Then we go into our main event. We get the Bastard and Yuta and Claudio versus Orange Cassidy, Will Ospreay, and Kyle Fletcher. And I gotta say, Brian's on commentary for this. So I was thinking to myself, as this match was going along, I'm like, there's really, the only heel in this company is MJF. Yes, I think Claudio and Yuta are heels because they're with Pac, who's a heel. But everyone gets cheered. Mercedes, yeah, sure, but everyone's had their problem with Mercedes Moné, coming in here, an outsider. And I'm like, where's Britt Baker? Where's the DMD? And I'm thinking no one has any real heat. Everyone gets cheered. And it's like, and I'm not knocking anybody. I saw somebody with a sign, Cornette is irrelevant. Well, Cornette knows the business. And at the end of the day, that's what it is. It's a business. The business is the business, and it's been like this for years. And it's all about the booking. It's all about storytelling. It's all about how you take it. And I understand that he is very, very negative, but there's a lot of truth in it. There's a lot of truth in it. And with these stories, they all just seem a little flat. And yeah, I got a really great main event with this 3-on-3. But I was just thinking, I'm like, who's the heels? Like, who am I supposed to root for? Who am I supposed not to root for? Am I just supposed to root for professional wrestling itself? I will do that all day, but that's what professional wrestling is. It's the good guys and bad guys and bam, that's why I hate the whole gray Jedi thing. Everyone's like, oh, the gray Jedi is right in the middle. No, there's good and there's bad. There's the Jedi, there's the Sith, and so is professional wrestling. Tell the story that I want to root for, because when it comes down to it and it comes down to these matches, I'm like, I'm rooting for both, but I'm also going to pick one of them because I already know who's going to win, or I think I do. So, but really great here. Hangman Adam Page. I will kind of take back my statement, but after Pac, Yuta, Claudio get the win in this amazing main event, and Bryan goes down to the ring and celebrates with them, the Elite attack. And yeah, they get booed, but they still get cheered as well because they have Okada with them and everything like that. And you got Jack Perry, because every time he comes out, everyone's like, but CM Punk, the scapegoat. But Pac and Will are still brawling. They're in the back, and Pac lays him out. He's like, you don't underestimate me. I told you not to underestimate me. So they're going to have a war this Saturday. And Swerve comes out for the contract signing, Tony, twice. Hey, here's Hangman. Music. Here's Hangman. Music. Where's he at? Remember that nice little package we got in the starting of the show? My first house. Oh, this is my childhood. Well, it's going to go up in flames because I think Hangman Adam Page has heat. And he brought the heat. And he burned down this house and probably cut one of the best promos he's ever cut in so long. Made me care about the steel cage match. And there we go. I'm rooting for Swerve. But also, too, Swerve acts like a heel. But in this moment, I did get some sympathy for him. So, but Hangman is the bad guy, the ultimate bad guy, because he burnt the house down. And he says, Swerve, I'm going to burn your house down, which he literally does. And he's sitting there drinking some drinky drink. So, decent Dynamite for a go-home show. My favorite moments of the night is Dan Garcia and MJF. Match of the night, Okada versus Kyle Fletcher for the AEW Continental Championship. That was second to that is the main event. So Tony Excalibur, Taz on commentary, September 4th, 2024. That's Dynamite. Solid, I think I said 3 out of 5. Yeah, 3 out of 5. Or did I say 4? I'm going to stick with 3 out of 5, okay? Okay, I got a little brain fog going on. But All Out's this Saturday. Are you excited? Drop those comments below. And now let's go into those picks and predictions for All Out. Not in any order. And if you're new here, I'm going to pick the winners of each match and kind of be like, am I going to predict that the story is going to continue? Am I going to predict this? Or is it just going to end here? Okay, and I think the next event is Wrestle Dream. Wrestle Dream might be the next pay-per-view. You got to look that up, but it seems about right? Yeah. So let's go into the AEW Continental Championship. Triple threat. Okada versus blank versus blank versus blank. Well, that's triple threat. It's a fatal four-way for that championship. If I knew who the winners were, because they're going to pick them on Friday, and I will say this. The fact they're like, Collision and Rampage is this Friday. I'm like, you could have picked either show. You could have just dropped Rampage and just do Collision. Not, God damn it, dude. But okay. I'm here for the wrestling. That's what all everyone's going to say. MJF versus Daniel Garcia. MJF gets the win. I will be surprised if Daniel Garcia gets the win. We got to get MJF back up. He's got that. He had that championship, the international one, and then he turned to the American championship, and now it's Steel Cage. It's going to be personal, but I'm picking Swerve to finally end this chapter with Hangman Adam Page. Will it be brutal? Will it be just damn right awesome? Yeah, because these two are going to beat the crap out of each other. I would prefer this to be the main event of the show over the AEW World Championship match. Like, I'm being serious. Like, what you did on Dynamite and this match is far superior to all the other matches you have on this card. And I would have this match be so personal, between these two, main event All Out, because it's that deep, and I think it's a better story than what we have for Brian and Jack. So that's just my saying, but I don't think they're going to do that. It's either going to start the show or it's going to be in the middle of the show. Chicago Street Fight. This has been coming. Willow versus Chris. I believe that these two will beat the crap out of each other, but Willow will get the win. Will it be the end? I don't think so. AEW World Tag Team Championship, the Bucks versus Blackpool Combat Club. How it was put here. This match was created on Dynamite. I'm picking the Bucks to win and to retain that championship, and Okada's going to help. Jack's going to help. Someone's going to help, but I don't see the Bucks losing those championships anytime soon. Then we get the AEW TBS Championship, Mercedes Moné versus Shida. I don't see Mercedes Moné losing that championship. You know, she's just like, nah, we'll have some dope matches, but I'm going to keep this for a long time because I'm the CEO. Then this story will end here, and then we get on to the next competitor. Or Dr. Britt Baker comes back and beats up, since Camille's not on the outside. You know what I mean? So we'll see. AEW International Championship, Will Ospreay versus Pac. Will Ospreay, these two are going to tear it up. They're going to have a really great match. Will Ospreay is going to get the win. Then we get, and then I think that's going to be it. Then we move on to the next one. Do we move on to Ricochet? And where is Ricochet? He wasn't even on the Dynamite show. As a big signee, there's a big person you sign, you would think you would run with it, right? So, or have Ricochet on the All Out card in some form or capacity. Then the AEW World Championship, Bryan Danielson versus Jack Perry. Bryan Danielson. I think we're going to have the Elite. We're going to have everybody and their mamas in the Elite try to get Bryan, but I don't see him losing the championship after, I think 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago when he he won the championship from Swerve. I don't see it. So, yeah. But those are my picks and predictions, and then we move on, and who's Bryan going to face next? That's the thing. Who's Bryan going to face next? Where do we go with this championship run? And the thing about it is when he loses that championship, it's like he won't fight back to get the championship, but if he loses that championship, his full-time in-ring competitive whatever is done. That's what he stated. So that's my picks and predictions for All Out. I will say this again, Swerve and Hangman should main event the show. So drop those comments below. Tell me what you think of the picks and predictions for All Out. And that's it. That's all. That was the Dynamite. And yeah. Like and subscribe. Share with your grandma. Share with your grandpa. Share with the bum down at Walmart. Go to the link tree. Get you that sexy ninja merch. And remember that the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
I don't care what they say. You're a sweet kid.